Welcome back to part C now of question 2 for our KCSE Math Paper 1 2019 revision. Okay, so in the last video we were at the last step of finding the value of m such that m is equal to the value that if you cube, you take the cube of that, you end up with 1728. Okay, so from this, we can see that m is 2 times 2 times 3. So our m value is 12. 4 times 3 is 12. So we have essentially solved for the numerator part of our equation. The cube root of 1728 is equal to 12. Okay. So we can write that. I'll just put it here. Okay. Saying that we have solved for it. 1728, the cube root of 1728 is equal to 12. Okay, so that's the answer that we got, okay, for our m value. So I can erase this so that we can solve for the last part, which is the square root of 2025. Okay, so to find the square root of 2025, okay, we do a similar process. So now, since it's a square root, we just need to split this factors into 2. So 2 numbers that, when you multiply by themselves, you get 2025. So I can call those numbers, I'll just call it n instead of m. N times n gives you, write it, n times n is equal to 2025. Okay, so that's what that means. Okay. So what are those numbers? So here, if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 numbers, but obviously we can't split them down the middle into 3 and 3 because we'll get different values again. So here, if we decided to use this, so we do times 2 times 3 and 3 times 5 times 5, that's different values. So can we rearrange these numbers again so that we can have 2 halves that are equal? Okay. So yes, we can do that. If you look at these numbers, you see we have 2 pairs of 3 and 1 pair of 5. So that means for the first pair of 3, we can add 1 5, and then for the second pair, we can add the last 5. Okay, so can rewrite that here, such that now we have our 2025. Okay, let me use orange. C is equal to 3 times 3 times 5. Okay, so that's the first n. Okay, and then times now again 3 times 3 times 5. So that's the second pair of 3 times 3 times 5. That's what we have here. So these are our n values. Okay, so that's n. So n, what is n then? Which is what we're trying to find. 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 5 is 45. So we have solved for the square root of 2025, which is 45. Okay. So I can erase all of this over here. Okay. Make sure you take a note of that. Okay. So 20, the square root of 2025 is 45. Okay, so we solved for that. So finally, the last part is asking us, okay, the original question was the cube root of 1728 divided by the square root of 2025. Since we found those values, okay, so we have here, this is 12 divided by 45. Okay, and we can simplify that. These are both divisible by 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. 45 divided by 3 is 15. Okay, so that's our solution. Okay, so our final answer is 4 over 15. And we have solved for that equation. It's a pretty long process, but obviously I just wanted to go through it slowly so that you can understand the process.